Hey tubers, Scrooge here. Alright, so I wasn't gonna make a video, but then I decided why not? I don't know. I mean, maybe you guys want to see this, maybe you don't. It doesn't have a lot to do with electronics or stock pot, but we're gonna take this dirty umbrella and we're gonna take that funky old lamp and a couple pieces of sheet metal we have from old TVs that holds the video stuff. And we're going to turn it into some way to hold this camera here so that then I can get two hands involved in this. And maybe we can get you guys some better shots and maybe more stills so I can get in really close and I can see what we're doing. But I'm still gonna stay on this side of the camera. He's not camera shy. He don't mind it. He always got a smile on his face. Me, I like to stay on this side of the camera. So I think that's where I'm gonna stay. But let's see what we can do with a bunch of junk and turn it into some kind of useful item. I don't know. Let's see where this goes, guys. I'll be right back. All right, so I don't think we need the dirty umbrella parcel, whatever you want to call it. So that's gonna go in the garbage. It's gonna go over there for now. But this rod here seems to be that there might actually be a pivot point. You know how umbrellas tip and they can do all the thing. So that might actually come in handy. But let's get rid of these arms and see where it goes, because I think that I might be able to do something with that. All right, I wanted to bring you guys back in here for a second because, yeah, I'm using a hacksaw. Yeah, I got my gloves, and yeah, that's messy. And yeah, I'm cutting that. Does that count as opening an umbrella inside? I'm not sure. I don't think it does, but who knows? Anyways, so one thing I did learn in shop class is that these hacksaw blades, they actually have a direction that the teeth go. So depending on what you're cutting and how you want to cut it, makes a difference on which way you have your blade facing, actually. So if they're facing the way I have it, it's going to be easier for me to pull the saw back. And I find that easier when I'm working with metal. And if you're using this for wood for some reason, flip that blade around and see if it doesn't make it easier. So if you guys are having a hard time and you're struggling with your hacksaws, just look at the way the blade is facing. It may save you a lot of time and frustration. I have no idea, but check it out. All right, so we got the pole cut. I cut it above the little pivot knuckle here. I don't know if that's going to be useful or not, but I know that otherwise it'll just come out of here and I can use this section. The reason why I want this section is because it slides into this section. Now, I don't know if I'm going to need this outside, but that might be a handy piece to have with this in case I have taller shots and stuff like that. So why not? And this guy here is just going to get folded up, and that's going to go into my steel pile. So again, I mean, you know, yeah, it's a dirty umbrella. Yeah, I got to throw away a little bit, but hey, I got a little bit of steel from a pile too. And we're going to get into this now. So the lamp here, I'm not sure what I'm going to keep from it. Probably nothing really. Maybe just, I don't know. Anyways, let's get the bottom open. Let's see what's in there. I bet there's a nut and a through thread is what they call it. And it's kind of hollow and it has threads so that the nut here will hold on to it. And I bet we loosen that up and this whole flexible piece will come off of this lamp, because I know it's kind of built like that on the inside there as well, if you can see down in there. But yeah, so let's get this lamp apart and see what useful pieces we can get from it. All right, so here's the bottom. Pow! There it goes. Okay, so like I said, there's a hollow through thread, and there's a nut right there that we're gonna have to get into. Everybody can, you know, it's kind of like fishing. Everybody has a different approach to it. You figure it out, but we'll get that nut taken off of there and it'll slide down the cord. And unfortunately, I do believe this is gonna be one time that, yes, I'm probably gonna end up cutting a cord. I know, well, there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't need the cords anymore. I mean, what are you going to do with them? Yeah, when you're dealing with more expensive items, it's a bummer to find them with the cords cut. But for this instance, yes, Scrooge is going to cut that cord. So let's see if we get it taken care of here. All right, and in some of these lamp bases, especially older ones, they'll have a metal base underneath here, which is kind of, it'll be thick cast steel or prepared steel, whatever your yard takes it for. But in the newer ones, they're just filled with concrete, which sucks. Yeah, concrete, few washers. So I don't know what you got a garden, you got something. Otherwise, that's gonna cost you to get rid of. Go break it up and put it in your driveway. Get rid of the plastic. I have no idea. I'll figure out something to get rid of it for me. And now I know you're saying to yourself, Scrooge, what did you do? But hear me out. I know we pulled out the big guns. That's right. But this is not to hold it together. I put a pin in there and I crimped it. It's like a hookah slash coffee maker. Also makes French fries. Will not break. It's there to keep my hands from getting cut when I grab it and I'm moving all over the place. I'm like, hey, you guys got to check this out. Look at the. Yeah, he gets it. He knows how I work. He knows what's happening. Yeah. So, anyways, so yeah, I just crimped it down there and it works good. It's on there. It works good. Now we just got to figure out how to attach that to some bracket. So I've got a lot of sheet metal around. I don't know if you know this, but I got a lot of TVs. I got a lot of other things. So I've got a lot of random stuff laying around. So I'm going to see if I can't fashion that bracket into something to hold this phone. And we'll get right back to you. All right, so I got measurements on the phone because I can't do that and record at the same time. But so I you kind of see what the basic shape is happening, and I'm going to make 2 of these. And yeah, so that's kind of what that's going to be. I got another one that's cut and ready to be bent. It's just, I just wanted to bring you in and kind of show you. Sheet metal, it's not hard. It can get complicated when you're trying to do the bends and the folds, and if you want to get in a fancy 45 degrees and stuff. But right now, I'm just trying to get it functional. Don't be scared of it, though. Just remember, if you haven't watched my other video, color on the handles matter, at least where I'm at, on what direction these cut. And these guys are my straight cuts. If you bring in another one, go look at my other videos. You'll see them in there. And they cut left and they cut right as well. And if you do that on these corners here, you're going to get weird angles. And you just don't want to do that. In fact, here, let's just show you so that you guys know. Yeah. See how that guy kind of curves? It's going to curve off. And that's a green handle. And see this one? This one curves. This one's going to curve off. So all of those make a difference. So make sure you got the right ones. If you don't know, look down the barrel and see. Because, yeah, you can tell. You can definitely tell. Anyways, a little tip. So I'm going to fashion these up and we'll get back to you in a second. All right, so here we are. I got my crude forms figured out. I got the angles cut into them. It's pretty simple. If you just have, a set of pliers and a set of tin snips, you can just go and play around. Use your hammer. I take my hammer over to my backside of my my vise, and I use it as an anvil. And I got a little horn on the back there. You don't want to be doing a lot of stuff with it. But hey, it works. So just take your hammer. This is a time that you can just start whack-a-doing. Clipping things off, figuring out how things fold, where they need to go, what you need, and just kind of have fun with it. Ain't that right, 8th grade metal shop? No, actually, I probably wasn't too bad at it. That's one thing. I know I mentioned I have everything for free, and I usually do. I built that in 8th grade shop class. That clock there. Yeah, it's still hanging there. Yeah, it still works. Not too bad. Not too shabby for the old Scrooge. So anyways, back to this. Yeah, so I got my crude form, and I'm actually gonna line it with my tape here, and I'm gonna line it with it so it's not so rough on this cell phone here, and hopefully we don't muck nothing up. Plus, if I touch this metal, and maybe if it touches my screen, is it gonna pause it? Is it gonna cause me to have a silly voice or fast forward or something? I have no idea. So we're gonna line it with a little bit of that black tape just to give it some cushion. And we'll be right back. Alright, so I know it looks like a bunch of random crap right now, but that heat sink from yesterday, from the TV teardown, the start of the TV series there, this is indented, and I think that's going to actually work really good in our favor for this. So we're going to see if we can't put this and this and this together, and maybe use a little of that. Don't know. Don't know, but we're gonna see what we can fashion. And I tell you what, I'm gonna take the 15 minutes to make this thing, and somehow the universe is gonna bring me a stupid selfie stick thing tomorrow. You just watch. That's how my universe works sometimes. I don't know why, don't know the math, but that's how it works. We'll get back to you as soon as we get this all put together. Yeah. So here we are. We're about ready to drill that hole, and guess what? All those free drill bits that my buddy Steve dropped off to me the other day sure come in handy. In fact, I don't have a big enough chuck to make a hole that size there. If you guys know what I mean, then anyways, he so happened to have one that has a chuck size, but the drill bit's bigger. You see how that works. So that'll fit in my drill and it'll make the hole I need. But first you want to go ahead and you want to get a pilot hole there. So we're just gonna go and we're gonna pop one in the center of that guy there, and then we're gonna finish him out with that, and it should be able to fit on this guy right here, and then we'll have it. So let's see what's gonna happen. All right, here we go. Thank you, Steve. And now I'm gonna make sure I keep all this stuff, not only because it is aluminum, but also those shards that get around at the base. I'll vacuum up around there because I don't want my shop mates to get them in their paws and get all hurt. So yeah, we're gonna take care of those. But let's get back to it. But so one thing you guys want to do before you move on, especially on the back side of that hole, and you notice it's flipped over, there's a lot of burrs and a lot of nasty stuff, and if you don't pay attention to it, it's gonna bite you. So I've just got whatever. Aluminum's really soft. Even a knife would actually work. And you just get that all taken off there. I already did the other side because my file is a half moon or a round shape there. I don't know if you can see it there, but anyways, so yeah, get those burrs off of there so they're not poking you while you're moving your camera and stuff around. Why not get her done? Say what? Who has two hands? This guy. Yeah, that's right. So we got this going. I just got to make sure I stay on this side of the camera, so we're going to figure that out. And I don't know if I have to look up into the camera and talk, or if I could talk way over here, or if you could see my face again. Maybe I should look before I post this video. I don't know. But you know what? We did it. So now this guy has a over-engineered, underfunded selfie stick. So that's cool. That's great. All right. Well, by chance that this gets posted, yeah, that's how you turn an umbrella and a few pieces of metal and some duct tape into a holder for your camera. Now I gotta clean up this mess. And if my wife is watching, I love you. And for the kids, go wash your face.